You are not broken or defective, you are just carrying an invisible weight that no human was ever meant to hold for this long. Lately, you might feel like a laptop with too many tabs open, hearing the fan spin louder and louder while the screen just freezes up. It is that heavy feeling in your chest when you wake up, even though nothing specific went wrong yesterday. You might look at other people and wonder how they seem to have it all figured out while you are struggling to choose what to eat for dinner. This video is going to show you why that feeling of being broken is actually just your body telling you that its capacity has been reached. We are going to look at the invisible backpack you have been filling up for years and how to finally start taking some of the rocks out. By the end of this, you will understand that your struggle is not a character flaw, but a very normal reaction to an abnormal amount of pressure. Think about a bridge that is built to hold a certain amount of weight, like 10 heavy trucks at one time. If you try to drive 20 trucks across that bridge, it might start to crack and sway, but the bridge itself is not bad. The bridge was built perfectly fine, it was just never meant to handle that much weight for that many hours every single day. You are exactly like that bridge, trying to support a load that has slowly grown until it became too much for any one person to carry. We often think that being strong means never feeling tired or never feeling like we are at a breaking point. In reality, being strong means you have carried a heavy load for a long time, and now your system is asking for a moment to rest. Let us look at a woman named Sarah who works as a project manager in a busy city like Seattle. Sarah wakes up at 6 in the morning and immediately checks her phone to see 40 new emails waiting for her. Before she even gets out of bed, she has added the weight of 40 different problems to her shoulders. Then she has to worry about her kids, her aging parents, the rising cost of groceries, and the weird noise her car made on the highway. By the time she sits down at her desk at 9, she has already used up all the mental energy most people had 50 years ago for an entire week. She feels like she is broken because she snaps at a coworker or forgets a deadline, but she is just carrying too many rocks. One of those rocks is the constant stream of information we get from our phones every few seconds. We were never meant to know every bad thing happening in every corner of the world at the exact moment it happens. Our ancestors only had to worry about the problems in their small village, which was usually just a few dozen people. Now, your brain is trying to process the problems of 8 billion people while also trying to remember your Netflix password. This creates a state of chronic high alert where your body is constantly producing stress hormones like cortisol and adrenaline. When these hormones stay in your system for too long, they start to make you feel foggy, tired, and irritable. You might find yourself staring at a grocery store shelf for 10 minutes because you cannot decide which loaf of bread to buy. That is not a sign of a broken brain, it is a sign of decision fatigue, which happens when you have made too many choices already. Imagine your brain has a small bucket of energy for making decisions each day. Every time you choose what to wear, which email to answer, or how to phrase a text, you dip a cup into that bucket. If you have a high-pressure job or a complicated family life, your bucket is probably empty by 2:00 in the afternoon. When the bucket is empty, you stop being able to regulate your emotions as well as you usually do. This is why you might find yourself crying over a dropped spoon or getting angry at a red light that stays red too long. It is not that the spoon or the red light is the problem, it is that you have no energy left to handle even a tiny bit of friction. We also carry the weight of our past versions of ourselves and the mistakes we think we made years ago. You might still be carrying a rock from a job you lost 3 years ago or a relationship that ended badly in college. These rocks do not disappear just because time has passed, we have to consciously decide to put them down on the ground. Many of us carry a very heavy rock called the fear of disappointing others. We say yes to things we do not have time for because we are afraid that saying no will make people think less of us. Every time you say yes when you really want to say no, you are adding another 10-pound weight to your backpack. Eventually, you become so heavy that you cannot even move toward the things that actually make you happy. Think about the physical signs your body is giving you right now to tell you that the load is too much. Maybe your shoulders are permanently hunched up toward your ears, or your jaw is tight even when you are sleeping. Maybe you have a persistent twitch in your eye or a stomach that feels like it is tied in knots every Sunday night. These are not just random pains, they are your body's way of screaming that it cannot carry any more weight. It is trying to get your attention because it knows that if you do not slow down, the system is going to shut down. We live in a culture that treats burnout like a badge of honor, as if being exhausted means you are more valuable. We see people posting about their side hustles and their 5 morning routines and we feel like we are falling behind. But you are not falling behind, you are just living at a human pace in a world that is running at a machine pace. A machine can run 24 hours a day without stopping, but a machine does not have a heart or a soul or a need for sunlight. You are a biological being that needs rest, rhythm, and moments where absolutely nothing is expected of you. Take a moment to think about the word broken and what it really means to you. When a toy is broken, it cannot do what it was made to do anymore, but you are still doing so much every single day. You are still showing up for work, still caring for your friends, and still trying to improve yourself. That is not the behavior of something that is broken, it is the behavior of something that is incredibly resilient but tired. If you took a world-class athlete and made them run a marathon every single day for a month, they would eventually collapse. You would not look at that athlete and say they are a bad runner or that their legs are broken. You would say that they need to stop running and give their muscles a chance to heal and recover. The mental load you are carrying is just as taxing as a marathon, but because people cannot see it, they do not offer you a seat. You have to be the one to offer yourself that seat and acknowledge that you have been doing something very difficult. Start by looking at your daily list and identifying one thing that you can stop carrying right now. Maybe it is a committee you joined out of guilt or a social media app that always makes you feel bad about your life. When you put one rock down, you might not feel light immediately, but you will feel a tiny bit more room to breathe. Self-compassion is the act of speaking to yourself like you would speak to a best friend who was struggling. You would never tell a struggling friend that they are broken or useless just because they are overwhelmed. You would tell them to take a nap, drink some water, and remember that they are doing the best they can. Try to give that same kindness to yourself when you feel like you are failing to keep all the plates spinning. It is okay if a few plates hit the floor, most of them are made of plastic and will not even break when they land. We spend so much time worrying about the glass plates that we forget most of our daily tasks are not that fragile. Your worth is not tied to how much you can produce or how many tasks you can check off a list. You are valuable simply because you exist, and you deserve to feel peace even if your to-do list is still a mile long. The feeling of being overwhelmed is often a sign that your boundaries have become thin and need to be reinforced. A boundary is not a wall to keep people out, it is a gate that lets you control how much weight enters your life. Learning to say I cannot take that on right now is one of the most important skills you can ever practice. It might feel uncomfortable at first, like wearing a new pair of shoes that are a bit too stiff. But over time, that discomfort will turn into a sense of freedom as you realize you are in control of your backpack. You do not have to carry the expectations of your parents, your boss, or the strangers you see on the internet. You only have to carry what is necessary for your own well-being and the well-being of those you truly love. Remember that healing is not about fixing a broken version of yourself, but about uncovering the person who was buried under the weight. When you start to let go of the extra baggage, you will find that the person underneath is actually quite strong and capable. You will find that you have more patience, more creativity, and more energy for the things that actually matter to you. The path to feeling better is not through doing more, but through doing less with more intention and care. Allow yourself the grace to be human, to be tired, and to need a break from the constant noise of the world. You are doing a great job in a very difficult environment, and it is time to give yourself credit for how far you have come. If this message felt like a hug you needed today, please subscribe to the channel at Calm Pathway 77 for more support. Check out this next video on your screen to learn how to clear your mind in just 5 minutes.